alumni ask me often कि मैम ए लेवल से आपको कैसा लगता है कि अब आपके पास प्री नर्सरी भी है, जूनियर लेवल भी है, मिडिल लेवल भी है. And it's something which always makes me smile because A levels में it was different. Mature बच्चे थे, you could talk to them about anything. कभी कभी आप मजाक भी कर सकते थे उनके साथ without worrying कि ओह ये मैंने क्या कह दिया. IGCSE ज़ाहिर बात है, एक टेंडर एज है. You have to be careful about what you tell them, what you talk to them about. They don't open up that much as A level students do. I think the best thing is the Montessori kids. I love them. I love all my kids. My kids are just my life. लेकिन जब अब मॉन्टेसरी का मैं दरवाज़ा खोलती हूँ, आई कांट गो इन द क्लास बिकॉज आई फील आई ऑलवेज डिस्टर्ब द डिसिप्लिन. क्योंकि टीचर पढ़ा रही होती है और मैं अगर दरवाज़ा खोल दूँ, दैट इज़ इट. सारे बच्चे जो है, कोई मेरे एक टांग पे लग जाता है, कोई दूसरी, कोई कहता है गोदी में उठाओ. एंड एवरी सिंगल चाइल्ड गेट्स अप and they want me to hug them and kiss them and say कि आप मेरे favorite हो. It's such a wonderful feeling. We've got 3 Montessoris and alhamdulillah, amazing kids. They're such loving kids. And I think the most exciting thing for me is when I think, they're going to grow up in my school, inshallah, hopefully, if they don't leave. I'll see them actually growing in the different stages of life. So that's very fulfilling. It's very exciting because these are our kids, and we'll be the ones who'll be helping them. We'll be the ones who'll be shaping their personality. So I find it very challenging, very fulfilling. जो मिडिल के बच्चे हैं उनका अपना मज़ा है. ज़ाहिर बात है, मैं इस एज ग्रुप में कभी उस तरह से I used to teach around about 30 years ago to these kids, middle age group kids. लेकिन अब तो इट्स अ कम्प्लीट डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस. तो कुछ बच्चे बहुत शरारती है, कुछ बहुत नॉटी है, कुछ बहुत चुप है. तो जो शरारती बच्चे मेरे लिए वो बहुत ज़्यादा चैलेंज है कि उनको थोड़ा सा डिसिप्लिन में लेके आए. लेकिन मेरे नज़दीक कोई बच्चा बुरा नहीं होता, कोई बच्चा बदतमीज़ नहीं होता. हाँ, कुछ बच्चे दे डू क्रॉस द लाइन एंड यू डू गेट एंग्री. लेकिन आई ऑलवेज़ फील मोर देन फर्मनेस. अगर हम उनसे प्यार से बात करें, हम उनको अगर प्यार से समझाए, आई फील दैट अप्रोच इज़ मोर, इन माई आईज़, मोर अचीवेबल. क्योंकि मुझे लगता है जब एक बच्चा इज़ नॉटी ऑल द टाइम और आप उसके साथ सख्ती करेंगे, आई फील वो ढीठ बन जाएगा. एंड दैट्स डेफिनेटली नॉट व्हाट वी वांट टू डू. वी वांट टू ब्रिंग इन इम्प्रूवमेंट इन योर चाइल्ड्स लाइफ. तो मेरे नज़दीक आई एम डेफिनेटली नॉट स्ट्रिक्ट विद एनी ऑफ माई किड्स. मैं जितना वो नॉटी होता है उतना उससे प्यार से बात करती हूँ, होपिंग that these kids change. And there are 2 kids who I feel we've brought a very positive change in them because and I think that always goes to the method of, instead of shouting at them, instead of screaming at them, you try to you try to tell them how much you love them, how much you care for them, how special they are. Recently I did an assembly, and I called all the well-disciplined kids on stage. And there was this one kid in 2nd grade who came up to me and he said, I'm leaving this school. And I thought, oh no. And I'm like, no. He goes, I'm leaving this school. And I whispered in his ear, I go, silly, don't you know I have a special surprise for you? And he went running back. And then, I said, okay, now I'm going to call on stage a child who I feel has changed so much, it's brought such a positive change in him. And then he came on stage and we clapped for him and he was so happy. Just these small things where you can just make a child happy just by saying, कि he's well disciplined. कितनी छोटी बातें होती है, हमारा शायद 1 मिनट भी नहीं लगता इन बातों में. लेकिन अगर हम एक छोटी सी खुशी एक बच्चे को दे सके, it's so heartwarming. I think as an educationist, I've always believed in loving kids. I've always believed in not being firm. I'm not saying कि आप स्कूल का डिसिप्लिन बिल्कुल ख़राब कर दें, लेकिन I am saying कि you keep on trying, to help kids through not being firm. I mean, of course, you have to be firm, but with love. I'm not saying कि वो इधर उधर भाग रहे हैं, क्लासेस से निकल रहे हैं, हंगामा हो रहा है और आप मुस्कुराते रहे. Absolutely not. लेकिन I'm just saying you try to motivate them. आप उनको incentives दे, because there are kids who are going to be naughty. And I think it'd be a very boring school if everyone was so well disciplined. For me personally, it would be very boring. उसमें कोई challenge ही नहीं होता. If everyone was academically so strong, if everyone was so well disciplined, I would call that a zero success. Because cream से cream बनाना और well disciplined से डिसिप्लिन ही निकालना, इट्स नॉट अ चैलेंज। द चैलेंज आता है जब आप किसी बच्चे की ज़िंदगी बदलते हैं, जब कोई पेरेंट आके आपको कहता है कि थैंक यू, यू नो देयर इज़ अ चेंज इन माई चाइल्ड। आई थिंक नथिंग, नो मनी, nothing, no, nothing in the world, no position, no power, nothing in the world is equivalent to that. Ma'am, I think you've got a change in my. I think एक एजुकेशनिस्ट का सक्सेस होता है कि बच्चे, आप सख्त नहीं हो लेकिन फिर भी बच्चे आपके रिस्पेक्ट करें. I think that's what's more, I never want the class to be silent because I'm strict. I want the class to be silent because I want that respect. स्पेशली ये जो एज ग्रुप है ना, जो छोटा एज ग्रुप है, इनको तो आप मोल्ड कर सकते हैं. ये इनोसेंट बच्चे होते हैं. ए लेवल्स के जो बच्चे होते हैं, ज़ाहिर बात है तब तक देयर पर्सनालिटी ज़्यादातर बन चुकी होती है. लेकिन जो मॉन्टेसरी के और फिर 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 तक भी ना, द किड्स आर वेरी इनोसेंट. जब बच्चे गलती करते हैं, हमने डांटना उनको, ज़ाहिर बात है, वी शुड टेल देम व्हाट इज़ राइट एंड व्हाट इज़ रॉन्ग. लेकिन उनको ऊपर स्क्रीम करना दैट दे हैव डन रॉन्ग, आई डोंट इवन गो फॉर दैट. आप उनको आराम से समझाएं, आप बताएं बेटा ये गलत है, आपने ये क्यों किया. ये बच्चे जो ज़ाहिर बात है वो जल्दी डर जाते हैं. दैट शुडंट बी आवर एम कि हम इनको डरा के हमने क्या करना है. we're meant to shape their personalities, we're meant to try to bring a positive change. बड़ा आसान है बच्चों के ऊपर रोब डाल के, इतना रोब डालो कि बच्चे चूं भी ना करें. But is that what we really want? I mean, जहाँ से आप गुजरे आपका इतना रोब हो कि बच्चे आपसे छुप जाए. I never want that. I never want my kids to see me and walk the other way. I go out and all my kids come running to me, and that is how I want it to be. Not that I want to be this popular principal or this popular educationist, no, but I want them to know I'm there for them. For me, taking my Montessori kids to the washroom is just as fun as me. It's giving them a comfortable environment. When my kids get sick, when I talk about my kids, I'm talking about me as a principal. They just come into my room and say, "Ma'am, I think I have a tummy ache," And me, instead of saying, "Go back to your class," I go, "Why don't you sit here?" And I get them kava, and then some of them say, "Ma'am, but we don't know what green tea is." I go, "Well, why don't you drink it? Maybe you'll feel better." And there's this one kid who enjoys the green tea so much that after every 2 days she comes to me, "Ma'am, I think I have a tummy ache." So now I know she's just makes it up. So I send her back. I go, "I don't think you do." And she starts, बच्चे हैं, झूठ नहीं बोलते बच्चे. It's just the innocent lies. Maybe चले innocent lies कह दे. Sometimes they get scared and कोई झूठ बोल देगा. For me, it's never about कि मैं उस ऑफिस में बैठूँ. For me, it's always going around and just making sure my teachers are happy. For me, it's going around making sure my students are happy. Recently, one of my students, उसके grades बहुत अच्छे आए. She wasn't doing well, and all of a sudden she did really well. And when the teacher told me, I went running and I'm like, "Oh my God," and I took her name. I go, "You got like 86 marks." And she was so happy, and she came running to me, and I went running and and I hugged her. And that achievement, that this girl, I didn't do anything naturally. Teacher effort कर रहा है. मैं उस बच्चे की counseling करती हूँ कि yes you can do it, yes you can do it. लेकिन the fact that yes, now she's done it, I can't even express how I felt that day, And then the other day again she did so well. She topped in her class, and I'm like, wow, and she was so happy. So this is what I live for. पैसा हर चीज़ नहीं होता है. Of course एक necessity है. Who doesn't like money? My dream was कि बच्चे should want to come to this school so happily, and जब वो रात को सोए उनको excitement हो कि सुबह school हो. And alhamdulillah, I don't know how many of my students are watching this, but I think I've almost fulfilled this wish of mine, because kids are really happy there, and parents हर वक्त कह रहे होते कि मैम हमारे बच्चे अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह इतने खुश है. So I just wish all educationists out there, we need to stop thinking about money, and we actually need to start thinking about making a change. पैसा आनी जानी चीज़ है. Especially in Corona, I've seen so many young people lose their lives. So many people have lost their lives. It's 40, especially in the 40 age group. so I think it's an eye opener कि वैसे भी of course ज़िंदगी का कुछ पता नहीं होता, लेकिन in COVID so many young deaths have happened. तो इस पैसे को हमने क्या करना है? ऑनेस्ट, इतना पैसा हो कि आप एक अच्छी ज़िंदगी गुजार लें, लेकिन इतना पैसा कि आपको समझ नहीं, आपने उस पैसे का क्या फ़ायदा? Especially if you're not giving that education, especially if you're not bringing a change in anyone's life. If a child hates coming to your school, if a child is unhappy, if you don't know what your child is going through, I can't even imagine a child of mine being upset and me sitting in my office enjoying a cup of tea. I need to know, and my teachers know the way I am, so they definitely would tell, if they feel something is wrong, they just come and tell me, मैम हमें लग रहा है ये है. कहते हैं ना कि हुक्मरान जो है मुल्क के रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, इसी तरह आज एक प्रिंसिपल जो है वो अपने स्कूल के हर टीचर और हर बच्चे के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल. अगर आपकी कोई टीचर खुश नहीं है या बच्चा कोई खुश नहीं है, यू आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल. You have to find out the reason. Is it you? Have you done something wrong? Have you upset the child? Is it the environment in the school? Is there something wrong? क्या पता कोई घर में बात हुई हो. You don't need to find out पूरा बताओ बच्चे क्या है या आप टीचर से निकालो, लेकिन दो बोल शायद of support, of motivation, they can change someone's. In the end, I just like to say A-levels was absolutely fun. I still miss that time. I miss every single kid of mine. I miss my colleagues. I miss my head. I miss that company. I can never forget those 13 years of my life, no matter what. But life moves on, and this is a complete different experience for me. Lekin I think one thing which boosts me up, and one thing which makes me want to wake up every morning and go and I enjoy that long drive is I know that when I'm going to open that Montessori door, all those kids are just going to come running to me and just want a hug from me. So this is to all of you out there. Be loving, be empathetic. I always stress upon being empathetic. ये बच्चे जो है हमारे बच्चे हैं, अगर ये हमारे पास आ रहे हैं, ये हमारे बच्चे हैं. आप जब इन बच्चों को अपने बच्चे समझेंगे ना, तो ट्रस्ट मी, we all can make miracles happen.